Thank you, little red hand and helpers. That was awesome. Very well done. I love fresh carrots from the garden too, so it's even better, very good and healthy. Just need a chook to eat the wheat and we'll be all done. But yeah, anyway, we'll get it later on. But good to be here and to spend time with you today in Ulster. Well, I've been up this end a bit lately. Last weekend was Leadership Weekend at Tweed Valley College. Any of you make it over there? A few of you made it over there? Some of you did? Yes, it was a great weekend. The second of our leadership weekends. And we got more this time than we had last year because we started to separate it and do it at both ends to try and encourage more people to attend and to make sure that the people up this end are just as involved as people down the other end. So that was the aim of that, and it went really well. We also launched Next Generation Minister, which was really successful. We got just on 50 young people aged 10 to 18 signed up with a mentor, and that idea is to help mentor them into what God calls them to be, whether that is a teacher or a health worker or a media or a minister or whatever that might be. Our role is to help grow them into that ministry. And so this is something that's really taking off across our conference, and the rest of the conferences and in the rest of the world saying we want this too. My role has been to try and put some arms and legs on what's been happening around the conference and put a pack together. We've given the kids a T-shirt to make them feel special and to make sure they have a mentor. There's a long way to go yet, but it's really going well. This year also I was appointed not just children and family. We divided the youth department into 3, and so they asked yours truly to be the junior leader and the venture leader. That's why I'm here today as well, to support our venture leaders. We've got Dana Howard, who looks after our high school age group, and Blair Lemke, who looks after our top end, which is our young adults. So we synergise and work together for the young people across our conference. I'd like to say today, well done to our adventurers, our leaders and our children who are getting invested today, also to the families for supporting them, and to our DDs who are here today, Daniel and Sharon and Roz. They're helping show me the reins. I'm learning what it means to be a director, and there's people like these guys that are helping me to learn what to do as a director. Just last week I was actually down in Melbourne, where Roz was too, and Daryl, and we went and looked at the new site there for the Pathfinder Camporee. It's going to be an awesome, the site is amazing. At the moment it's so green. There's grass up to your knees, and wombat holes, and wombats, and yeah, it's going to be a beautiful spot. There's lovely green mountains around. By then, hopefully a bit dried up, and we're going to also mow the grass down. But it's an awesome spot to run a camporee for our Pathfinders at Molesworth. So if you're a Pathfinder, make sure you're registered, that you're coming, because that's going to be an amazing camporee for the whole of the AUC. So that was fun. So I've had a busy week. It was Southern Leadership, then down to Melbourne for advisory down there, then up to Northern for Northern Leadership, and then down to Sydney last week for some training down there, and then up here. Did camps yesterday. I did a chapel there at their school for their high school and their primary school, and then up here today. But I love what I do. And I think if we invest in our families, invest in our children, that's where discipleship happens. And I believe Adventurers is the best discipleship program that we have on the planet. It's where we get mum and dad and mentors and the church involved. I must say, well done, Pastor. He's dressed in his T-shirt, Adventure T-shirt today as well, and that is fantastic to see when everyone is involved in running Adventurers. Dare to Prepare has been our theme this year, and so I thought I would do a balloon, if that's okay, to help demonstrate what Dare to Prepare has been all about. I'm going to take this balloon and inflate it. just a short way up and tie it off. I'm going to start by making some really soft lips for this animal. And a face and 2 ears, join those together, and a neck, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bubbles for the lovely big clue, plaited mane. Put that on to this animal. And the front legs, and the body, and the back legs, and there it is. My Little Pony. In fact, not just any pony, this is a special horse. Back in the 1930s, just before the Depression, a famous horse was born. Didn't look that much. In fact, according to history, he had warts all over him. And he was gangly and he was ugly. And no one wanted this horse, even though he had some really good training and had come from the top lines of racing. No one wanted him because he didn't look right. And he stumbled around and looked pretty hopeless. And at the auction, everyone passed him by, except for one man, Harry, and his trainer, Tommy. And they said, this horse has potential. We will prepare him. We will take him. And we will see what we can do with him. And so they got this horse for next to nothing because no one else wanted him. They took him home and the horse grew and the horse grew and they trained that horse around and round the track. They took him down to the beaches and up and down the sand dunes and into the ocean and back out again, and they trained this horse. And the horse grew into a really, really big, strong horse. So much so that that horse became a champion. In fact, probably apart from the current horse called Winx, this horse's name was, the adults know, Phar Lap. Phar Lap won nearly every race he was entered into and became a famous horse, especially in the Great Depression, when people wanted something to put their hope in, and someone who they could, or something they could watch and cheer on. And Phar Lap was that horse. And when he died, and they took out his heart was the biggest heart they'd ever seen in a horse. It's still on display in our National Museum. And they preserved his body as well just so that they could remember what a famous horse he was. All because someone saw potential. Boys and girls, God sees potential in you. And he says that he knew all the days you were going to live and the plans he has for you before you were even born. He knew you. And he's got a plan just for you. Allow God to dare to prepare you. Put this horse over here. No, actually, this side. Horse is going over here. That reminds me of a second balloon, which I'll do quickly. Take out a yellow one. And I will blow up this one. One's going to go right up. I'm going to deflate it slightly. Always place to soften your balloon. That's a secret to balloon twisting. And tie it into a circle. If we don't dare to prepare, we have to do something else. Now it turns into sausages. And squash it. And twist it. And give it a stem. Not too, but big. And a tulip twist. And tie them together. And some leaves to finish it off. And there it is. You see what it is? A flower. A sunflower. Just recently, I spilt some seed in my garden. I keep poultry, and so I feed them a good mix of poultry mix of food. So it has sunflower and sorghum and wheat and maize, all things in it. And I spilt some beside the bushes there, which the chooks didn't get, and I didn't see. And up grew this big, strong, beautiful sunflower. Now, I didn't realise this till I was looking at it and realised what it does. Did you know that sunflowers are called sunflowers for a reason? In the morning when the sun comes up, guess what a sunflower does? It faces the sun. And as the sun goes over the sky, the sunflower turns and follows the sun until the sun goes down. And next morning, it is back facing the east, ready for the sun to come up again. Boys and girls, if you want to dare to prepare, let us fix our eyes on Jesus, who's the Son of God. The author and the finisher of our faith. He perfects our faith. He does his work in us and turns us into awesome people. If you want to dare to prepare, listen to our parents, listen to our mentors, listen to our venture leaders, our Pathfinder leaders, our church friends. Most of all, fix our eyes on Jesus, and he'll prepare us. But the Bible tells us something else. It says that sometimes we don't see things on earth very well. We've got to remember that there's a bigger picture going on. Things happen on this earth sometimes that we don't understand. And being a pastor, sometimes I get asked, why do these things happen? And I can't give an answer. All I can say is the Bible says that we see a picture here on earth, but we don't see the full picture until Jesus comes again. Jesus says, I'm going to prepare a place for you. And if I go prepare a place for you, I will come again. And he also says that when he comes again, there's going to be no more crying, going to be no more weeping, going to be no more pain, going to be no more sorrow, going to be no more death. And that is the awesome picture that I want to be a part of. So these two balloons are made a part of that bigger picture. Do you want to see them? Let's try this one first. So here is Phar Lap, and he is part of a bigger picture. Let me pull it out and see what happens here. So I need to put these little balloons in his legs. That one. And that one. As I said, sometimes we see things in part on this earth. It says in Corinthians chapter 13, but then we will see the bigger picture in full. Let me put this guy into his bigger picture. Tie that one in there. And that one in here. There we go. Part of a bigger picture. What's the other one? Let's go look at that one. Put that one there. So here's this one. Let's see what its bigger picture is. And it's come apart. But I don't give up. Because I remember that God never, ever, ever gives up on us. So, luckily, when I was in Pathfinders, I did my flower arranging on her. So I'm going to put that one in there, and 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 that one up the back, up in there, and this one over there, and this one in the middle, and the one I made earlier is part of the bigger picture. Dare to prepare, boys and girls. Remember, we are all part of God's bigger picture. Dare to prepare. Thank you.